across America. But I'm so glad.
Kid asleep?
Kidding there. Why?
Good. I don't want him drowning on Access Land View. Phyllis is going to tell us about who offed your dad.
Now get only a...
How the hell would she know?
You know me. 99% of my stories are 100% accurate. And once you get a taste of this one, my hungry viewers, you'll want justice served up like hot chicken soup on a cold winter day.
She knows it was me, Mom.
How? Did you tell anyone about the shooting?
No, nobody except you and Dad.
Well, besides us, there's only one other person that knows. Want to know the best part? This comes from a source inside the Buchanan family.
You can't say anything about Matthew until Nora and I figure out how we're going to handle it. Now, will you do that?
If I wanted to destroy my nephew's life, don't you think I would have done it a long time ago?
Well, I don't know, Clint, because it seems these days every time I try to figure you out, you never fail to disappoint me.
Oh, my. You mean Phyllis hasn't dropped the bombshell yet?
She's gonna do it any second.
The Rose knows who done it. Trust me, my friends.
Anyone who trusts her, I have a bridge to sell them.
Then don't watch.
Echo told me about the suicide attempt. How's Shane doing?
He's sleeping right now.
Man, that poor kid. Is there anything I can do?
We're just staying low-key for right now. Shane has some pretty heavy-duty counseling tomorrow.
Good, that's good, yeah. And listen, Rex, maybe I don't have a right to ask this, but could you keep me posted?
Of course you have a right to ask.
I mean, Shane is my... He will always feel like a grandson to me.
I know, Charlie. Look, we'll be in touch, okay? Thanks.
Echo, I just talked with Vicky, and I thought about telling her that you let Charlie believe that Rex was his son, when you knew all along that Rex was mine. But I didn't tell her, and I won't. I'll keep your secret. You asked me to be a human being. I'm trying.
End of mailbox.
Good news?
Not as good as knowing that you love me. But close.
What's so fascinating?
Oh, well, now that Dad's been cleared, Phyllis Rose says she has some inside story about who really killed Eddie Ford.
Ah, a gossip columnist who knows more than the police.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
And now, my peeps, the scoop you've been waiting to hear. Or should I say see? Feast your eyes on the biggest news to hit the double L in years. You saw it here first, Ducks. Echo the Recco in a lip lock with none other than the husband of Landview's Queen of Clean. Surprise, surprise.
Mom, you have to know that that is a fake. I mean, anyone can alter pictures these days. I mean, come on. We both know that Charlie would never, ever do anything. He would never cheat on you with Echo. I mean, that's crazy.
Oh, yes, it's crazy, but it's true.
And if you're wondering where I got my hot little hands on that hot little photo, let's just say my source is a well-known Buchanan personality.
So, you gave her that picture of Charlie and...
Charlie and Echo together. Checo.
Yeah, you think this is funny?
I think that this is the best thing that could have happened to our custody case. Next to Vicky and Charlie, you and I look like Mr. and Mrs. Family Values.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, well, don't sweat it. Thank you, works.
So I'm not supposed to care that you just dragged an innocent person through the mud?
I really hope you're not talking about Victoria.
Well, her husband cheated on her. Nobody deserves that.
Don't talk to me about what she deserves, okay?
I know she tried to be fair to me. She's the one person that wanted me to have visitation rights to write her. When Brody and Clint didn't give a damn. She's a good person.
A good person? Is that what you think? How many good people do you know who would pimp out a little girl?
Mom, I don't care what Phyllis Rose says. Come on, we both know that Charlie would never do something like this in a million years.
Yes, he would. He did.
What?
Charlie and Echo, they're in love.
You ready?
For what?
Well, this is kind of our public debut, you know? Hey, you know what? If you don't want to do this, we can just go back to my room or something, really.
Why? Vicky already knows. I mean, there's nothing left to hide. The worst is over, right?
My heart, and yes, I do have one, goes out to Vicky Banks. There's nothing worse than when a hubby starts double dipping. Am I right?
That lying, sneaking slut.
You better not be talking about Phyllis. Oh, I'm not talking about Phyllis. I'm talking about Echo de Savoy. How could Echo do such a thing to Vicky?
Mayor?
Vicky, who took her in, let that woman live under her roof, and now this is her reward? Honestly, that cow, well,
Mayor?
she's gonna regret the day she ever.
Mayor?
What, dear?
That cow just walked in.
Oh, Shane.
He's sleeping.
Can't blame him. He's on overload.
Just glad he dropped off before all the craziness down here. What was all that yelling about?
Clint was here.
I thought that was him.
You missed the best part. I almost took a swing at him.
Are you serious?
That would have been the cherry on top, huh? You come down here to find me beating the hell out of my own father?
I think you're forgetting something. Now, after Matthew shot Eddie Ford, he didn't call you. He called me. And I helped him. I took care of things.
My brother, the hero.
I protected him. And I didn't give him up. Even after I got arrested, I didn't give him up. Now, why do you think I did that?
Yeah, I don't want to get inside your head.
Because I love the boy. And I didn't want to see him go down for shooting Eddie. I still don't. I want Matthew safe.
No, but don't give me that, Clint. You tried to steal him. You wanted to poison him against his parents. That's not keeping him safe. That's tearing him apart.
You don't think Uncle Clint would talk to Phyllis, do you? She said the information came from inside the family.
I don't know. I think that's the very question your father's asking right about now. He's trying to get Clint to keep quiet until we figure out what to do.
What are you guys gonna do, Mom?
I don't know. What do you think we should do?
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the Minuteman Motel murder. I'll reveal the killer very soon. In the meantime, why was Bo Buchanan so quick to drop the charges against his big brother Clint? Could it have something to do with wife Nora? My sources tell me the night of the murder, Ms. Law and Order had a car accident and can't remember a doggone thing. Could the commissioner be covering for his bride?
That's what I thought too. But I was wrong. And so are you.
I don't know what you guys should do.
My God, Matthew, what is it that you've been thinking about all of this time? Did you actually think you weren't going to have to pay?
Uncle Clint told me that if I kept my mouth shut, then you guys would drop the case and this would all just go away.
Does that sound like us?
No.
No. And you just sat there and watched us search for the killer. You watched Nate Salinger be arrested. Matthew, I prosecuted him. Oh, God, I was so convinced that he either committed the murder or he was covering for his mother.
I know.
You know. You have to answer me something right now. Were you actually going to let Nate Salinger take the rap for you?
When I first recruited Matthew to work for me, all of my motives were not exactly noble.
No, you thought you could take him away from us.
I did. I tried at first. But then the longer I worked with him and I got to know him, I got to respect him. By God, that kid is smart. And he works like a dog. He's got a great head for business. And if you and Nora get rid of these charges, Matthew will not only be working at BE, he's soon going to be running it.
Under your wing? Not going to happen.
God, then let him work for another company, whatever it is you want to do. But give the kid the chance to do what he was born to do.
Is this supposed to convince me that you care about him?
I couldn't care more about him if he were my own son.
Oh, yeah, you cared about him so much you had him do your dirty work for you. You took Matthew and you fed him full of lies. You lit the fuse. And you knew as soon as everything blew up, Eddie Ford would be dead and my son would be the one with blood on his hands.
What was Clint even doing here?
He heard about Shane.
He is his grandfather, technically.
Yeah, so where was he before tonight?
What did he say?
Just a lot of talk about who did this and how he wants to make them pay.
Oh, he's gonna make them pay? How?
I don't know, and I don't want to know. It's just a little late for that, you know? So I lost it. It got pretty ugly.
Oh, Rex, come on. It's not your fault.
I'd like to think that. Some of the stuff Clint said might be true.
About what?
He says that this would have never happened to Shane if I had been a better father.
Oh.
Is that your best if looks could kill look? Because I'm still standing and so is Charlie. No one can hurt us, and you want to know why? Because we're together now.
Oh, I know that. And now all of Landview does too.
What is she talking about?
I leave you with one last look at the hottest split in the Double L since John McBain left Natalie Banks at the altar.
Wow, Mom, I am so sorry. I never thought Charlie in a million years.
Yeah, neither did I. Thanks.
Although on second thought, I don't know. It really hasn't been the same after Jared was killed.
No, I agree. I agree. And, you know, when he found out that Clint was lying about Rex, for Charlie, it was like losing Jared all over again. At least that's what he said when I walked in on him with Echo.
Oh, you walked in on them?
Yeah, the picture that you saw on the television, that was sent to my cell phone yesterday.
What? Who sent that to you?
Who else? Tess.
I can't see Vicky pimping anybody else. You're gonna have to tell me what you meant.
You need me to explain to you what pimping means. Okay. Well, it's when you let just anybody touch your kid however and wherever and whenever they want to.
Are you talking about Vicky Banks? Seriously?
Vicky Banks when she's Nikki Smith, yeah. Vicky, Nikki, Jess, Tess. Where do you think little Jessie got it from?
Well, I've heard stories, but I only know Vicky is Vicky.
Oh, well, aren't you lucky? Because Nikki is a walking nightmare. She thought that it was cool just to prop her little girl up on a bar stool and let just any perv.
Oh, my God, Tess.
Jessica, actually. When she got molested, she couldn't handle it, so she created me.
I had no idea.
Really? You didn't? Because it's what happened when you jumped on her. She freaked and she sent me out. I'm the one that had to have sex with you.
If I could go back and change that,
Well, you can't change who you are, okay? I'm the one that Jessica turns to when things get a little too nasty. I take one for the team so she doesn't have to. That's why you think I'm such a bitch.
I'm sorry.
I'm what Jessica made me for it, okay? Don't you get it? God. Don't touch me.
I just want to help you. That's all.
You can't. You're a man. You're just like all the rest of them.
Not all men are like the ones who hurt you.
I know. They're not. There was one good one once. His name was Nash. And he was the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me. And when Natalie and Jared killed him.
What?
You know what? Forget it. It's a long story. I don't want to bore you.
You don't have to hide anymore. Not with me.